Good day, you good dunce. How are you doing? I'll just finish getting things set up here. That wasn't correct. Get that done. Post that. All right. Voila. Here we are. There it is. Papers. This, do this, do this. There. All right. I think it's time. Yep. I think it's time to start doing some more 3D modeling. To start continuing our 3D modeling, I should say. I do like how this is coming out. That's on its own separate thing, so I can break that out into its own blend file. These are their own thing that are connected that I can break out into their own blend file. And it's all very nice. I like how it's coming out. And I can even get rid of everything the outside of these. Yeah. There we go, ads are over. Did we see that Tim Sweeney is being a giant baby again? I know, like, big shock. Like, what? Tim Sweeney's being a giant baby again because Steam's got a better platform? Who could have guessed? But here we are. Here we are. Just keeps happening. I'm not seeing it. Is basically saying that Steam is missing out on billions of dollars a year because they don't have things like Fortnite or Riot Games list of games or Genshin Impact and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, because they don't give a shit if you put your game on their platform. You have the choice. You have the choice to make your game something that can be put on the Steam platform. If you choose not to do that, that's not Steam's problem, that's your problem. I'd say 30% cut from games sold is getting enough. I mean, yeah, clearly Steam don't have any issue. Like, they are constantly making a shit ton of money They're like one of the most profitable companies when it comes to like profit per person. Like they make something like Steam profit per employee. Yeah. Value's revenue per employee is estimated at over $50 million. Based on about 330 to 360 total employees and roughly $17 billion in total revenue for 2025. They don't care. They don't care if your Fortnite's on their platform. They care. So this is going to be tough for Tim Sweeney to get his head around. Steam cares about their customers. Imagine a company that puts their customers before profit. It's baffling. I don't know how they do it. But here we are. Anyway, how's everyone feeling? Everyone had a good day? I need to figure out what I'm going to do with these doorways and with the roofing. Too bad you have a bit of Z fighting on this level. Nah. So far it's good. It rained and temp went down. Yeah. So this Z fighting here, that's because I haven't actually modeled the door yet. This is just a place, like this is just like a template. And I'm going to actually have like this stuff here is actually going to be something that comes over this part of the wall. So it's going to be in front of the wall and it's going to be like something attached, like attaching itself to the wall, like built into the wall. So, what up, Wind? Happy time zone to you. I didn't check the FIFA before. No, Mexico beat Ecuador. That's exactly what I said would happen. Norway, France, Mexico. Tomorrow, it'll be England, Belgium, and USA. Well, maybe Senegal. Maybe Senegal. But I think it's England, Belgium, USA. Yeah. Yeah. I was looking up. Sci-fi doors. So it'll have something. It'll have something kind of like this, but not nearly as big and prominent. You know? So maybe something like that's a bit more accurate around the frame. Yeah. And that's where modeling some detail is going to come in, because I'm going to need to put like those sort of edges. Like that's, you can't do that with just a normal map. Yeah. That needs to be modeled. You can probably get away with like those bolts being normal map and texture, but you're not going to get away with like those grooves there being normal maps and texture. Trim sheet details, That one's clean. Using good texture, fakes bad quality. Displacement modifier. Morning, Jersey. How you doing? But yeah, like it would essentially be like that's what it ended up being. That there is going to be the most interesting part. I might need to get rid of the curves there. Have them come around over the top, and just have that as like flat wall in that section. It's actually a really good point. That is a very, very good point. I'm glad you all spotted that. Well done. So they can keep going around there. Only faces. If I get rid of those, get rid of those edges. This one here can extrude that way. You extrude that way. Is this still for your shopping game? No, that one there we've wrapped up. So I'm releasing that on July 24th. And I've got some small art things that I'm doing off stream for it. I should have that wrapped up. I should have all of that wrapped up like a week or two before the actual release. I've already gone through and had the build approved. So I'll probably just do that again. Like get the new build approved and stuff like that. If I need to. It's been a while since I put a build up. But yeah, that'll... These here. Have that go all the way down to the base. And then... I'm so upset that Crunchyroll got rid of their free tier. Went to watch some anime the other day and I was like, oh, what? I can't. That's shit. Yeah, so now we're gonna have that problem where it's like, we've got the wall of that connecting up as well. What we could do... I could probably... Okay, I could probably do that. I guess I'll probably have back face culling on anyway. So if I have back face culling on, that's not going to be visible. Yeah. That, on the other hand, that we need to flip. And those there we need to flip. Pop, 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 pop. Cool. I'll leave that on too, so that I know exactly what I need to keep an eye on. It's wonderful indeed. Wonderful indeed. Oh. Those doors I can probably flip. There we are. Excellent. You're third, Mike, and Patrick is second. I'm waiting for Patrick to trigger the hot sauce. It's coming. It's coming. Okay, so what's the next thing that I should focus on? I could do the roof, like the ceiling. Because that's going to be very interesting, because I want to have that. Like, do I want that to have a similar thing like this? I have 5k and it's better in the morning. Ah, fair. That's very, very fair. 80 stream streak. Nicely done, Mike. Nicely done. Make sure you save up enough for the 24-hour stream, though, Patrick. You want to be able to make me do as much hot sauce as you can during the 24 hours, especially when it's 2 a.m. and I just want to go to bed. Okay? That's... Be smart about it. On Sunday, it's my July 5th. It's like America's July 4th at 1 p.m. that it starts. That means 73 degrees Celsius in the upper right corner CPU temperature. Correct. Correct. My CPU is the one doing the video encoding. So if I had everything that I had running right now, except there was no OBS and I wasn't streaming, that would probably be around 55 degrees Celsius. Yeah, video encoding is very intensive. Like, especially when you got things moving around and stuff. You got like, yeah. Alright, let's do the roof. I don't want to just do that. So if I do that, I'm not going to have the... And like, I don't want to do a grid fill or something like that. Because if I go like if I go fill or grid fill, no. Yeah, so it's not even letting me because it wants these to be connected. And then fill. No. How do I make those part of the same? Why does that not become part of the goddamn loop? Why? Why? Fine. Fine. That's not good. Choose top of the thing and press F. No, I don't want to do that. Because now I don't have like... I've got like a huge N gone now. And I want to keep it... Actually, why are these off? They're not off. I'm off. What do you mean edge loop? Bridge edge loops? So bridge edge loops only works if you have two loops that you want to connect. But this is one loop that I want to continue all the way around through there. But it's not considering that edge as part of the loop. I could try extruding it. And then merging by distance. Nah. Doesn't want to. I think it's because there's nothing underneath it. Like, it doesn't have a face or anything, so... Yeah. You'll have to put a blur bucket next to the desk for that stream. No, I won't. No, I won't. I'm better than the hot sauce. Now, if I... Whoop. Let's connect that. I have to do that so I don't end up with the end gone. Now, this is where I have to temporarily create an end gone. Temporarily create the end gone. Then we go right through there. You right through there. Then those can connect up over there, like so. And maybe. Maybe. Because I'm going to bevel this edge first. You merge there. Oh, hang on. Yes, because I've got that. Yep. We got that there, so that needs to come through. Yep. G'day, Tannel. How you doing, you fantastic gedunt? Alright. You choose two vertices between face. Press J to cut the line between them. Please do it. Yeah, you can do it, but that's only if there's a face already separating them. So yeah. Got to create the N-gon and then we can do that. Now, do I want to put some sort of edge? So, like, do we want... what happened? Oh, that one doesn't have... Yes. Of course. Of course. Of course it's a horse, of course. So we can do that. And we can, like, move that back over. I think that looks better than just a flat. Yeah. No, I don't want to add more. I don't want to add more cuts to it because I want it to kind of mirror this down here, because these here, inside each of these sections here, there's gonna be like a light. It's not gonna be an actual light. It's just gonna be a material that has like an emissive sort of thing. So, maybe either that, or it'll just have like a line around it. Like it'll be like a different color or something to provide separation between the wall and the floor. Yeah. So yeah, I want to have the same thing up there so you can see like a separation between the roof and the wall. Yeah. This one here, actually, let's merge by distance again. This one, move this back over, because we're going to have an observation. But there's going to be an observation room up here that the research scientists and stuff are in. And this is going to be like a glass panel that like comes out over the top. Like it's a little bit out, like it's angled. So. I really like skirting. I want to get some in my room. Maybe shove base station wires in them, or LEDs inside and diffuser skirting. That could work. There is a bunch of stuff like that. Your room's down to 27.1. Nice. Yeah, I like that setup. Gives the room a bit more character than what it had. You know? Now, one thing I could do... Duplicate this. What up, gamer? You late gedunt you. Also move it over there. I unwrapped UVs too early. Geelong or Brisbane? Who you got? Ooh, that's a good question. It's a GMHBA. I feel like Geelong would have that one. Home team advantage and all. Their percentage is also a fair bit higher. And Geelong is coming off a bye as well, so they've got a few things going for them. Yeah. Now, the important question is Collingwood and Gold Coast. Who's going to win? That's the important question. And I say Collingwood is going to win. Because Collingwood's won their last 2. Gold Coast have lost their last 4. And Collingwood's got a better percentage and have a draw instead of a loss. Whereas Gold Coast just have the extra loss. So... yeah. Honestly, I'm just extremely surprised at how Fremantle are doing this year. If you had have asked me at the start of the season who's going to be at the top of the ladder, I would have been like, buddy, Sydney or Geelong or Brisbane or Collingwood or Melbourne or... I would not have been like, oh yeah, Fremantle. Fremantle will be at the top of the ladder. Insanity. Insanity, I tell you. It makes no logical sense. Is 3D hard to get into? Depends which aspect of 3D you want to get into. Oh, of course, that's right. Because you can make 3D games without doing 3D modeling. That's possible. But if you want to do the 3D modeling, then that's going to be an extra step up. It's going to be an extra hurdle for you. But you can do it. Like it's the same as artwork. It's the same as any artwork. It's just going to take time to do it. That's all. Just take time to get into it. Clear. 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 Mark. There we are. Woot woot. Now I need to do the same thing over here. These ones we can dissolve those edges. dissolve that edge. Oh. Yeah. Oops. Those are the edges we want to dissolve. So this one here, we can move... We can, like, adjust this to go back further. That's fine. I'll probably add a door here as well. Or maybe over here. So, like, that entrance door. Yeah. I have a game story idea, a couple of chapters written. Not sure if the game should be a visual novel or a Diablo-like top-down or isometric adventure game. I guess I'd like to know if it's worth learning 3D for it, or should I just go with 2D? So when you say a Diablo-like, are you talking like an open-world, top-down adventure game? Because open world is a big commitment. Like, you have to design the entire environment. You've got to have environments merge into each other where you like cross over the threshold and go into a different biome or a different location. Stuff like that. Not to say that it's not possible, just it's a much bigger commitment than if you were doing like a 2D game with tile maps and stuff like that, where you can... Yeah. But, I mean, it really depends on what interests you the most. Because if you choose to do it as 2D, or you choose to do it as a visual novel, but you don't enjoy making a 2D or a visual novel, then you're not going to stick with it. So, it doesn't have to be open world. It could be like an FX, where you transition from one area to another. Yeah, so that alleviates the problem of needing to blend the areas together. You still have multiple different areas that you need to design. And that includes like different plants and trees, different creatures in those areas, perhaps different building types depending on who lives there. You know, like have some log cabin buildings, have other buildings that are brick buildings, stuff like that. But again, it depends on what you're interested in doing. Because if you choose to go 2D and you start doing the 2D artwork for it, but the 2D side of things isn't interesting or entertaining to you, you're not going to stick with it. Because it's not... You don't enjoy it. So what you could do some tinkering. Do some tinkering with 2D and 3D. Create some basic 3D stuff and some basic 2D stuff. And just see which one you enjoy more. I've seen people say that if you can't study it for 10 hours a day, you shouldn't bother. But in reality, that's only if you want everything to look super duper realistic. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like if you want to make a game that has like really nice looking cinematics and stuff like that, then sure. But I mean, you can get away with like this stuff here. If I hide the doorways and I like start giving this like a white metallic sort of thing. And we gave the floor something similar. It was like... maybe the floor's got more of a blue tinge to it, sort of thing. Just so you can tell the difference. Then I can add a sun. Not a point light. Add a sun. You like set whatever the direction of the sun will be. Then you like flip over into here. It's like, ah, yeah, I've got the roof, don't I? Let me create a bit of a sunroof. There we go. Obviously that's going to come back, so let's get rid of those for now. And then we shade smooth. Like, all of a sudden this starts to look like, without much detail, it starts to look good with like the rounded corner there and whatnot. And it's like, it looks like a metal flooring and such. And then like once I actually add the detail and the textures and stuff like that, it starts to come out looking really, really nice without being like hundreds of thousands of polys and stuff like that. Let's see. Need to get rid of those now. Pop, 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 pop. Get rid of that sun too, because I don't want you. I ain't having a sun in my game. My game don't need no sun. My game's already bright enough as it is. Not really. Haven't even been working on this thing for a week. This here. Oh. This one here. Actually move that there. And actually get rid of all these. I can extrude you to there. Do that. Voila. Now it flows together as one continuous piece. Just like it does down here. Like stops, and then we've got like separate wall there. Like that flows. Yes. Yes. It's beautiful. You should texture a sphere with your face, but then make it really bright so no one can really see it. But we all know the truth. I would also accept it shining out of a texture of your butt. But please don't tell me which one you use. I like the mystery. See, the butt one isn't going to work because I'm going to have mirrors in this game that the player is going to be able to see their reflection in. So... could be a little bit awkward. They're just like looking in a mirror, and then they just see my face just shining out of their eyes. We call that the Sweeneymon. The Sweeneymon. It looks like a Fortnite character with Tim Sweeney's face just shining out the ass. Alright, so this here being separate, we can have this as observation floor. Boom. Bop-a-da-bop-bop, boom. You have to duplicate this now. I want this to be observation walls. Ah, yes. This edge here. This edge here. Bam. So everything up here actually everything up at this level here. Everything at this level. Get rid of those. Then we can take all of that and put it down there. But no, I'm going to get rid of all that too. Because that. Bubba Edge. I haven't said that in a while. Ah. I haven't had to say bye-bye Edge since I stopped using Windows. Because how tall is that locally? That's 4 meters. Do I want it to be 4 meters tall? I feel like dropping it down to 3 meters is probably more than enough. Ah. Very strange. Did I rotate this at some point and not realize it? You know what I could do? No, that didn't want to work. I tried the whole let's hold Alt and see what happens trick. Didn't work. Keeping an eye on Prime Day deals coming up. Because if I can get a treadmill for cheap, then depending on how loud the treadmill is, I might be able to do like whole streams where I'm on the treadmill. That'll be fun. Elf. These ones here go up to 6-1. There we go. I'm not worried about... So I'm not worried about this Z fighting that's going on here. Because that being a back face means that's going to be cold. Like, we're not going to see back faces. So, that's not actually going to be an issue in-game. Oops. Oh, actually, these ones here. Whoops. Oops. Get rid of those. These ones here. We can move to there. Move you over. Fill that. Have that cut through. Dissolve the edge. Dissolve the edge. What up, Plane? How you doing? 10 minutes per day? I know, right? What up, Straw Note? How to get used to Godot? Practice. Practice, practice, practice. The same way you get used to using Windows or Linux or Chrome, or the same way you get used to playing a game. You just keep playing it, keep using it over and over again. Eventually, you just pick it up as you go. Not too bad. Love the robot body. Thank you. Thank you. I would say the robot body loves you, but I don't know. I would have to ask the robot body, and since the robot body cannot answer, that's not going to happen. I'm using Arch, Straw Note. Arch, by the way. Arch, by the way. It's got a Tron feel to it. Thank you. It is my test mech. It is my test mech. On Sunday, I'm doing a 24-hour stream. And... oh. Yeah, just had to get everything back, being proper. Where are we? Blender, not JRO. References. We're going to try and make. We're gonna try and make Dr. Roxo, on Sunday during the 24-hour stream. We're gonna try and make the body from the choker down, and that's because that will be one of the bodies that chat can change me into. Yeah. And then at some point we will also create Master Roshi. And with Master Roshi, the more interactions there are, he ends up becoming like this. So it'll be my head and hands, and it'll be Master Roshi's body, either really jacked, or really small, or somewhere in between. Use GD script or C#. I use GD script and C++. So I've actually created some of my own custom nodes in my custom Godot engine build, specifically because I wanted to. Yeah. Are you able to use both in one game? You can use GD script and C# in one game. Yes. You do need to make sure that you get if you want to do that, you need to make sure that you get the Godot Engine.net version. And then you can create scripts in GD script, and you can create scripts in .net. So, but if you have a .gd file, you can't put C# in that file, but you can create a C# script for, say, your character controllers, and then you can use like a GD script file for, you know, your save state or your save load process or something like that. So you can use both languages in the same game. Ads. I switched from CashioS to Solus, and I find it a lot better. What is Solus? I feel like that's old. I think I may have to back up a bit, to be honest, as Vulkan Plasma is killing my compatibility. Fair. Alright. We got ads hitting. So we're going to do words, Twitch. Or using the Twitch side of things. Let's see how good of a speller Twitch people are. Hopefully better than the worder that I am. Because I'm really not good at wording. My words are not words. Rome. Nice. Jaeger farm. I don't have ads. Yeah, YouTube won't have ads. Just the Twitch side of things at the moment. Someday. I've already done form. Whoops. Mal. There we go. Flora. Flora and fauna. Do I need Visual Studio to code C# in Godot? No. No, you can use like if you wanted to, you could use NeoVim if you wanted to, or Emacs. You get just like LSP and debuggers hooked up, then you're good to go. Excellent. Next, ads level 2. How do you get C++? If you want to do C++ in Godot, there's this specific build. So there's two ways you can do it. There's the way I did it, which was I checked out the Godot engine repository and I just did my C++ code in there. That's all. That's how I did it. What you can do though is you can also get this Godot C++ build, which is maintained by the Godot engine, and this allows you to create GD extensions. So you write your code independently of the engine as a GD extension, which you can then put into your game as an add-on sort of thing, and then you can use whatever it has as that in your game. Does Godot have good 3D? It does. It does. So I've got this releasing on July 24th. So we've got this releasing July 24th. It's all low poly. Bloody Steam. Come on. It's all low poly, but the reason it's low poly is because you end up with a lot of rigid bodies and a lot of things being rendered in the scene. And that adds up. So, yeah. You can easily do 3D. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Yep. But yeah. That reminds me, how do you lock other bobble packs in the shop? Once you reach a certain level, you'll be able to purchase them. You'll be able to purchase the unlock, like purchase the license. In the demo, you might not be able to get everything unlocked because I think the demo has a level cap of 10. But yeah. So that there. Do I want the doorway there or do I want it there? I feel like I want it there. Let's do this. Just a reminder as well for everyone. After the 24-hour stream, after the 24-hour stream, I'm going to have hang on. Yeah, after the 24-hour stream, I'm going to be going back to just one stream a day. And I'm going to start taking 2 days a week off so that I can start creating videos about the making of this game. So like devlogs sort of thing. And things that I learn along the way and whatnot to kind of build up hype for the game as well as like share knowledge of stuff. So can Godot do AAA? It depends on what you mean by AAA. Depends what you mean by AAA, because there are AAA games that are low poly style games, like Dave the Diver, for example, would probably be. That look here. Can it make really good graphics like Unreal Engine? It can, but it doesn't have the same tool sets as Unreal Engine. So you have to do a lot more work to get the same quality and like the same lighting and environment stuff and whatnot. You've got to put a lot more work in to get that than you would in Unreal Engine. Purely because Unreal Engine have like a ton of tools and a ton of built-in stuff to make that as easy as possible. Basically, you won't be taking a break for 2 days. You'll just be working in a different way. Exactly. But it will allow me to... Like, I've stopped putting out shorts on YouTube because of all this stuff. Like, because I've been focusing on Bobble Shop Sim and getting that finished and whatnot. So, after the 24-hour stream, yeah, I'll just go back to one stream a day. It'll be somewhere between 8 and 12 hours, that stream. Sometimes it'll go longer if I'm like really in the zone and I just like stream for 15 hours or something. But yeah, it'll be big. Will be big. I can probably get rid of... I can probably like merge at center and then like do that. All those edges there. Beautiful. Switch game engines after every 5 minutes. You can't do that because then you'll never get to a point where you truly understand the engine and how to build something cohesively. You got to stick with it. You got to stick with it. Like, tinker around. Try to make something in each engine. Like, try to make one thing in one engine and then try to replicate that in another engine. And get to a point. Yeah. Get to a point where it's all completed and you can sort of identify which engine you prefer. All right. Do that. When's 24-hour stream? It's on Sunday. So not what's today? Today's Wednesday. Okay, so not tomorrow, not the day after that, or the day after that, but the day after that. I think it's around 1 p.m. New York time on Saturday. Yeah. About 1 p.m. Saturday, New York time. All hail Godot. All hail the God OT. The God Oat. You're in the UK? Okay, so it'll probably be starting probably at like 9 p.m. or something for you on Saturday. 8 or 9 p.m. on Saturday. I'll pop in for the last hour, just see how wrecked you are. We're gonna be destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. I like the UE5, you don't got to do nothing, and the quality is insane, but the RAM usage is too much. I have issues with Unreal Engine just working on Linux. I tried to get Unreal Engine 5.8 running. No, it just kept crashing constantly. Everything it did just crash. I was like, what the hell is this? God damn it. So yeah, that's why I don't use Unreal Engine. Can't run Unreal and OBS at the same time, Vulcan. It hard crashes the system. I have to switch it off. Ouch. Ouch. Yeah, I never had it hard crash the system. So this room's going to be very full of stuff, which means we don't need it to have the curved corners like the other room. Because the other room is the room that the player's gonna be in. That's their quarters. So, yeah. Get rid of the face. So that there will be where the door goes. Which means I'm gonna need to add that thing back in too. Let's grab that. Hold D. Move it up. Move it on up. Move it on up. Damn it. You are 1.2 up. So this would be 4.2 up because this floor is at 3. And then it's roughly in the right spot. Roughly in the right spot. Uni is just fighting, is just Z fighting, and the snapping tools suck. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've actually even looked at Unity. Like, the only time I see Unity is when I'm looking at other people's streams that are using Unity. Yeah, I'm gonna have to... I need to build a bunch of... I need to build like a water sim. Or implement a water sim for this game too in Godot. Which will be interesting. Like, because there's gonna be puzzles that require fluid dynamic stuff. So... I just hope it works. I hope it works. I want it to work so... Ow! Don't want it to work that bad with my neck snaps. Christ. Oh, shite. Seven, 9. Bam! Look at that. That's why we make sure everything is very precise. Because if everything's very precise, you just get it close to where it should be, and then go, alright, it has to be this whole number. Then bam, everything lines up perfectly. Voila. Door. Biggest issue right now, I followed a trail. A lady cartographer made a realistic height map of Middle-earth. Then someone made a digital version using her paper map. I built 1/16 of it, because DayZ has limitations, as one map. All good. Went to file export, and there is a Vulkan bug, where it sees it as a security issue and doesn't bring the export window up. Oh no. Oh, so you need that Vulkan bug fixed before you can actually export. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Actually... Subdivide. Or put Windows in, or maybe go back to X3. Windows 11 barely works anymore, don't bother. Sounds like a Wayland issue, not a Vulkan issue. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a Wayland issue. What if you run the application with X11 compatibility? Because that's what I do with OBS. I run OBS with X11 compatibility so that I can still use certain features and functionality of OBS that I want to have. Maybe that'll fix it for you. Open source game engine Godot will no longer accept AI authored code contributions. Thank God. Thank God. Don't know what took him so long. I'm unsure how to do that. I'll look into it. What's the application? Is it just DayZ, or is it? I always get you recommended because I subscribe to Game Devs. Excellent. That must mean you're subscribed to me, right? Right, Shortnote. DayZ Tools. I am subbed. Yay! Yay! Much appreciated, Strawnote. You are a Gedunt, and I like it. DayZ Tools Linux X11 compatibility. Let's see. I doubt there'll be anything. Do you run it through Steam? Yes, it's Steam. Okay. Is it a Linux native thing, or is it running a Windows version using Proton compatibility? Trinity is another option if you can get it to work. It's a fork of an old version of KDE. Interesting. Let's see. There's only DayZ here. There's CashOS specific one in Steam list. Because I think this is just for the game, not for DayZ tools. There is DayZ tools. Wonder if I'm going to be able to find that. Yeah, there's nothing listed for DayZ tools, unfortunately. Interesting. Yeah, I'd look into like Steam Proton flags. Yeah. I'm unsure. Unsure. There's an idea. Connect that. My problem is that I'm running like Skyrim at 240 hertz, 40 gig. Anything that runs beside it takes too many cycles and interrupts Wayland's processing. Even a second screen breaks shit. Jesus. I've never had that issue. I've also never had a monitor at 240 hertz. Like my monitors that I'm using here are 165. Let's extrude them up. Now this is going to be something that I can't exclude. The back face. With that. But ah, shit. Whoops. Oh, shit. Those. Up there. Grab that. Flip. Flippity flip flop. Now, what I want to do, I want to have that. Let's go out like so. .4. Have you be 1.75. Jeepers. We do that. subdivide this twice. Damn it. Move that over there. And then subdivide twice. You. What? Ah. Fix those up in a second. Fine. Thank you very much. 2 months. Fantastic stuff. Love your work. You are appreciated. And look at that blue beard. Now got that blue beard going on. 4K 240 is mind-blowing. I had to buy ridiculous hardware to get the ROG Swift monitor up to speed. Like 64 gig Trident Gold DDR5. That broke the bank, I can imagine. By the way, if I don't run OBS, body cam is ridiculous in 4K. I managed to capture about 5 mins on Twitch till it hard locked. Ouch. Ouch. This is going to be frustrating. What up, On? How we doing? Well, my message didn't send. Did it have a link in it, by chance? Because if so, that would be why. Resolve the edges. Subdivide twice. Have you go to 0.75. You negative 1.75. I was asking if GD Script works with the .NET version of Godot. Yes. Yes. The GD Script works with all versions of Godot. You just, like, if you get gdscript.net, it just provides the support for, Thingamajig as well. .NET. Let's see. So now I need to like, if I just move that, see how it takes that with it? I don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. What we can do... No, we can't do that because there's just going to be a box. And like shrink that, move that back. And we got those two that aren't correct. That's... That's going to be super frustrating. You know what? It might actually come out better if I just do it the way that I was doing it. Flip. Have this go. Negative 4.5. Negative 4.25. No. Negative 5. I think that's good. I think that's good. Oop. Subdivide. Put up. All right. Actually not do that yet. Makes 1.75. Negative 1.75. Must have forgotten to grab those. There we are. Beautiful. That's going to be a glass. This will probably be the only thing that I want to actually duplicate and have like a face on either side, like give it some depth. Which means I'm probably going to split it and go observation window, observation window. So if we give this a solidify, make it go the other direction. Do even thickness. Edge data. Get rid of that. Alright. Trinity looks cool. Love the fact that there are options on Linux once you hit a brick wall. This is true. There's always another option. I'm sure it's probably just a me issue. I spend so long in the hardware. I'm a noob in software. That's the other good thing about Linux is you're probably not the first person to come across the issue. The only problem is finding someone online that has had that same issue and has brought it up on whatever platform. Yeah, on a forum. Because there are niche problems that just don't get brought up. Alright, there we go. There we go. So that's the observation window. We can give it like a metal frame or something too. Our specs are way above the norm. That makes it even worse. It can add some problems. That's true. Okay. What could we do about the frame for this? So I feel like having like a frame there. Like maybe, ooh, that's what I can do. We take that and we duplicate those. Let's inverse, hide. These we can dissolve. And what we can do inset individual. Like so. Get rid of the faces. Generate. Solidify. Even thickness. Apply. Look at that. So in here, normal. Out here, you got that frame around it all. Now the only thing is that. That's part of the frame. And that is what? The glass. Jeepers. That was a lot of extra faces. There's a middle. There's middle panels. Why are there middle panels? Right. Ow. Hide that. Merge all by distance. This is the wrong panel. And that is a problem. Merge by distance. What is this? Another face I can get rid of. Hang on. What's happening there? Why is there a separation there? There shouldn't be. That floor should be perfect. This here. I'm gonna get this. Gotta move that back there. Cool. Now we're gonna have that disconnect, but that's okay. We can easily fix that. I don't think we need that one. What are some of these goddamn edges? Hang on. My god, there is some horrible crap going on here. This stuff here. Get rid of all this. And hide it. That topology is nasty. That looks much better. Jeez. Much nicer than whatever we just had. There. Nice. Nice. There we go. We've got our glass with the frame that holds it all in place. Lovely. Oh. That's going to be a really nice glass frame too. Like, that's going to be a proper, just... Deadlock balancing is getting better. I also, I like the rift. I like the rift. Oh. It was beautiful. Matchmaking is so bad still. Yeah, I played a couple of rounds earlier. And it was interesting. It was very interesting. How did I not? Yeah, okay, cool. Let's see. Ads coming in. Again? Already? How dare they? It's a Coco, and they are in time for the words. I will get coked big, just not on stream. G'day, Ed. G'day, Ed. G'day, Ed. Why so many Eds? In time to dash, you dash. Get that exercise. Get that heart rate up. Run. That's a word. Yeah. Someone tell me what Coco was doing. Were they working on their steamed buns? Because they have a game where you find steamed buns. Get it? I wonder if that's going to be it. I don't think that's a word. Yeah, it's not a word. So we need one 4-letter word that starts with either an M or an E or an I. When there's a 5-letter word, prime. There we go. What about rhyme? Huh. Heck yeah. Prim, prem. Meep. MWEP. Unfortunately not. 2 levels, that's not bad. It's not bad. Level 4 on the next ad break. Good old level 4. Oh. I gotta stretch more, I swear. I don't stretch at all. The other day I was like, you know what? I should stretch my calves and stuff. Like I started stretching my calves. I was like, that hurts way too much. Like I could go forward like a tiny bit. At least now you have a body to stretch. Yeah, this body doesn't need stretching though. That's my other one. That's my expensive one that I don't show you. Yeah. So that's that. Pop that back on. That. Take those. Get rid of the faces. Get rid of those. All right. Excellent. So that will be a window that they use to observe the player in the room down here. Maybe you need lubrication? I think so. Is that setup you were having hell with, or is it a different one? The setup I was having hell with. You're going to have to narrow it down because I've had a lot of setups that I've had hell with. For the body. One of the hell setups. Yep. Grab that. Grab that. mark sharp. Mark sharp there. That's right. I also want to get rid of this corner. All of this, merge at center. Dissolve those edges. Do that. Get rid of the edges there. I think I also need... I might need to mark the edges around here sharp, sort of thing. Might. We'll see. We'll find out. Mark that as sharp. I think, yeah, we need... mark all those sharp. Oh, those don't connect. Yep. Yep. Okay, so that's actually gone all the way up there. So yeah, we actually do want that edge. It's actually smart. Need that. That. Okay. Do we want... Do we want that? Let's turn off you for a moment. Why is there a disconnect? Jeepers. Actually. Get rid of those edges. Oops. Get rid of those faces. These go up to there. There we are. And I don't want that to be sharp. All right, I like that. What character are you feeling after the updates? So the only two I've played, I've done one as Wraith, which that one I did all right. I did all right in that one. The other game was as Celeste, but I didn't really get to have a good feel of that one because we had two characters just abandoned. We had Paige and Apollo just leave. When we were winning, and Paige just disappeared. On 7 kills and 7 deaths, Paige just left. And then, after like 5 minutes, Apollo also went, yep, nope, I'm out too, bye, and just left. And I was like, well, damn it. That being said, I was kicking ass with Celeste until that happened. So, yeah. Still kind of just my core characters, Rem, Wraith, Paige, Infernus, Celeste, Haze, Mina, Graves. The core 8. You are all of the assholes. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I don't play Lash. Alright? You shut your mouth. I don't play Lash. I don't play McGinnis. I don't play Victor or Warden. Those are the 5 assholes. Alright? Those are the ones that you don't need skill to play. Alright? McGinnis, you just wait, you just sit there and shoot. And then you wait until you get your ult. And then you just destroy everything with your ult. Victor, yeah, just show up. Warden, same thing, you just shoot at them, lock them in place, use your ult. And you just wipe out everyone. Lash, obvious reasons, just like picks people up and just slams them down and stuns them and then comes down and stomps them and they're done. Let's see if I do. I don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Oops. Straight through. This is where it's gonna get real shit. Okay, how do I add how does that line up with the glass? It's perfect! Might be a little thing poking out there, but I don't care about that. No one's going to see it, because it's all the way up in that corner. So no one cares. Ah. Distance. Excellent. Now we get to do this thing's walls and roof, or this thing's roof. I'll do them as large blocks first. Then we can do that one down to there. You up to there. Subdivide. All right. Oh, that, right. That's why. What? Hmm. Four, 2, 5. All right, there we go. There we are. So, merge by distance. I have a feeling there's 2 here. Merge at last. not merge at center. Merge at last. I wish it had have done this properly. That would save me a lot of problems. These ones here, make sure we just drop those down. You. Oop. Merge at last. Merge at center. Merge at last. Okay. Do I need that there? How high is that? It's 2.4. So yeah, we do want that there. Put that there. That. No ugly faces. We don't like uggo faces in our game. You know what I mean. So put that there. Like this. Alright. You? Not as high as that. There we are. Bam. What up, Tricky? I like it. Set those at 5.4. Now we've got to go through this hole. Again, why be so accurate? So that when I'm setting up the materials and the textures, it's all... The UV unwrap is all perfect. All right. Done. That is the main room. Kind of stubbed out. We've got the edges, we've got the walls, we've got the roof. We've got the ramp, which connects up into here, which is the observation room. You've got this area here that this window here that will oversee your room. That's where the research scientists and their assistants will be. A ton of stuff around here. A bunch of computers and whatnot, and they'll have this that goes into a somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe it goes nowhere. You'll have to play and find out. Is that a secret? I don't know. Have I just given something away? Not at all. Deal with it. All right. So what, we've got 1.5, why are you 0.2? Brainoid, how you doing? Game looks ready. We're shipping soon. Yep, this game will release in exactly 2 months, plus 4 months, plus 9 months, plus 8 months. maybe another 12 months on top of that. It's very, very soon, I know. It is so soon. Ah, that's right, I need to do this. Let's see. Do that. Do that. Great at scoping. I know. I know. I already know what the scope of this game is. I do have a lot to write. There is a lot of story to write. Beautiful. Beautiful. I can't wait to unwrap the UVs. I mean, we still need to do the doors and the bed and stuff like that. But I don't think we need to worry about the bed for now. I don't care about any of the Z fighting because there's going to be back face culling. Nice torso. Thank you very much. You wanna see what it can do? Let's see what it can do. Let's go teal. See that? Yeah. It syncs with my face. So I have RGB in my mech suit. Do you have RGB in your mech suit? No, you don't. Yeah. It also has backface culling too, right? Probably. I can't see the back of my face, so I assume it has backface culling. Your butt is out in the open right now. Flip. All right. All right. We need to make the door, like the door frame stuff. Means we'll probably be getting rid of that. Do I need that? Because that door frame there is going to come out over the top of it. Merge. Oops. What was that? Oh, I've got it set to rotate. That's why. That confused the shit out of me. Yeah. That'll be better because this door frame will come out and overtake that, which means I'm probably going to need to get rid of a little bit more of that. But we'll see what the frame comes out like. Yeah. See what it comes out like and go from there. But I do think that's going to be decent. You know what I still need to do? I need to create a remote origin. Someone must show into the machine and create a bare repository every time you want to add a project. All right. Enter the passphrase. Oh, cool. But that closed it because need to be. There we go. Because I tried to access it as Git, but I don't have the Git user as, yeah. If I go here, you'll notice I've got Git, we got Bowl Shop Simulator, we got Crikey, and we got Hypnoverse. So Crikey is actually one of my Raylib projects. So I could check out Crikey again, but I don't want to, not yet. Let's do Git init. Actually, make directory. Oh, what's the game gonna be called? I don't know what the game's gonna be called. I think that's something very important for us. We really need to figure out what to call the game so that the repo is kind of relative to it. Yeah, it makes sense. What's a good name? Name it. Do this, then that, some of this, another one of those. What if I just have it like the name of the tech company that's doing the study? The name of the tech company that's doing the study. And because you're staying in the research facility while the tests are being conducted, it's like, you know, whatever the tech company's name is, enjoy your stay or something. Yeah. Nah. What up, Ray? How you doing? I don't know what to call this. I think for now I'm just going to leave it as Puzzler. I'll just call the repo Puzzler as well. Let's see. If we CD into Puzzler, git init bear. I think all of my other ones are main, aren't they? Sudo chown recursively. Git cd puzzler git branch -m main. Interactive show is not enabled. Okay. Chown this back to root. All right. Excellent. Then we do git add. Git init. Git add. Initial work for new puzzle-based narrative. Narrative double R? Ew, it is. It doesn't look right. Initial work for new puzzle-based narrative game. Git. I need to ignore the .godot. Well, it does have the Godot in there. Huh. I thought I saw something down here. Oh, it's Project.Godot. That's probably what I read. Okay. Git at nogames.com. Puzzler.git. Git push origin main. About to push some refs. Why? Why? If I want to change the remote origin, is that? Oops. Git change remote origin. I think it's like a -u, isn't it? Git remote set URL. Okay, that's what it is. Wait, there we go. I forgot that I have it as a subdomain. I just completely blanked on that. Alright, there we go. I thought it was probably smart now that we've got a bunch of the 3D modeling basics done, to probably get it pushed up somewhere. It just makes sense. Yeah. Be safe. Alright. I'm gonna call it there for the night. For some reason my feet are hurting. My feet are really hurting. But tomorrow what we'll do, we'll start figuring out these doorways tomorrow. We'll get those modeled out tomorrow. And then we can start looking at materials and textures and getting those built. Sort of separate things out to different materials. Ow. Goddamn. Tomorrow we're the doorman. Nah, I'm not playing the doorman. The doorman sucks. Hate the doorman. But yeah, we'll get that That door is going to be the most complicated part. And it's going to be very complicated, that door. Yeah. Alright. Well, have a good night, all. Yeah. We've made a lot of progress on this modeling already. Oh, Yapper. Yep. Jasper the Yapper. Nah, he's a very good programmer. Very good programmer. So, we'll go say hi. We'll learn some programming from him. I'm gonna sit here and wait 2 days for this thing to finish pushing the initial commit. Yeah. Alright, have a good one, you get dunce. I'm just gonna disappear into myself. Good night.